Okay, this should be fun. Last video, we were delusional and optimistic about the Miami Heat. Now, it's time to wallow in the muck. It's time to get cynical. It's time to get pessimistic. It's time to be negative Nancy's. All right? Let's go. Now, a little disclaimer here. A lot of the things I'm going to say, it's going to hurt. All right? But I'm being facetious, okay? Everything I'm saying, I don't necessarily believe, but there might be some morsel of truth behind it, all right? So buckle up and let's get cynical, let's get pessimistic, all right? So what is this team? It's like that scene in Alice in Wonderland where the caterpillar goes to her, who are you? Or it's like that scene where she's around all the flowers and the flowers are trying to figure out what she is, and because she doesn't smell nice, they accuse her of being a weed.
To put it bluntly, a weed.
And they kick her out, like the Nuggets. They smell nice. That's a beautiful, beautiful flower of a basketball team. And the Heat are like this weed of a basketball team. And not the fun kind of weed, like the kind of weed that you have to go yank out of your driveway or out of your garden. Like that kind of weed, because they're just the leftover scraps from the Jimmy Butler build that didn't work. That's it. And they need fertilizer to get rid of them and blow it up and nuke it and start anew. Told you I was going to be cynical. All of the undrafted guys and the role players and the great Gabe and Max and Haywood and Duncan and Caleb and all those guys, they're all gone, right? And what are we left with? We're left with scraps of Tyler and Bam. That's what we're left with. Where are you going with those two guys? Huh? Tell me. Where are you going to go? What is your ceiling with Tyler and Bam being the two best players on your team? Where are you going to go? You have no 1A player. Who is the face of the franchise? Every single team, every good competitive team has a guy. Our guy was Jimmy. Who is the guy? Knicks, Brunson, Pacers, Halliburton, Celtics, Tatum, Timberwolves, Ant, Thunder, Shea, Nuggets, Jokic, and so forth and so on. Who you say Heat? Who's the guy? Bam? Tyler? I don't know. I don't know. Where are we going here? Look down the list of championship teams. What's their formula? Most of the time, and there's probably been some exceptions, but most of the time, you have an MVP player, an all-star player, an all-star caliber player, and a bunch of really good role players. Take most recently, the Thunder. Shea, MVP. Jalen Williams, all-star. Chet, all-star caliber, and a whole bunch of really good role players. So my point is, you should drop a big, beautiful nuclear bomb on the Miami Heat. And you should have done it back when you knew the Damian Lillard thing wasn't going to happen. You should have went to Jimmy and said, look, Jimmy, we tried to get Dame. It's not going to happen. What do you want to do? You want us to trade you? We'll trade you. There's a great quote from the TV show Succession. And it goes,
everything everywhere is always moving forever. Get used to it.
Everything everywhere is always moving forever. Get used to it. And that is the truth in life, in the corporate world, in the NBA. Everything everywhere is always moving forever. And the Heat had opportunity after opportunity to do something with Jimmy, to do something with Bam and Tyler. You had all these players over the years with Durant and Kyrie and this guy and that guy and Dame. And they didn't make it happen.
Everything everywhere is always moving forever. Get used to it.
So stop being sentimental about Bam and Tyler, because you're not going to win a championship with those two. And the problem with Tyler and Bam is, yes, they're very fine basketball players. They're great players, obviously. But they're in a rock and a hard place. They're too good of players to retain, but also get a 1A player. And we don't have enough other pieces or draft capital because we traded a first-round pick for Terry Rozier. So, you don't have enough draft capital or other players to trade away to retain Tyler and Bam and get a 1A player. So you're going to have to do something with Tyler or with Bam or the both of them. Not keep Tyler and Bam and then try to get scraps like Norman Powell and Andrew Wiggins and try to make something happen. All right? How about those apples? You could have traded Tyler, you could have traded Bam, you could have traded both of them, got someone really good in return, tanked, gone to the lottery, Could have played the Cooper Flag sweepstakes. Maybe you could have gotten VJ Edgecombe. Who knows? But no, what do we do instead? We have to go do our annual thing for how many years in a row? 3-4 years in a row. We got to go beat the Bulls. And then we go and play the Hawks. And then Davion Mitchell, Mr. Oh, I'm going to try so hard and play so great and chump Trae Young and hit a bunch of three-pointers and get a big fancy rebound because Trae Young didn't box out. Whoop-de-doo, I'm so cool. Now we have to go to the playoffs and get punked by the Cavs, and we end up with a kid whose name I can't pronounce, who can't even hit a basket in Summer League, when we could have gotten, well, we never would have gotten Cooper Flag because that was clearly a corrupt deal with that Nosferatu-looking creep and with the Luka and the AD and all that stuff because the NBA is clearly corrupt. Like George Carlin said, it's a big club and you ain't in it. Once again, just a reminder. I'm being kind of facetious, and everything I'm saying I don't necessarily believe in. Okay, I'm just being super pessimistic in this video. All right, so keep your pants on. If you had Luka, Tyler, and Bam, and role players, now we're talking. But how do you acquire a player like a Luka or a Shea or a Jokic or an Anthony Edwards, or one of those top 5, top 10 players in the league while retaining Tyler and Bam? Therefore, you should have blown it up. But I know the Heat don't do the blow it up thing, but you should have dropped a nuke once you realized like the Jimmy era was over. Also, too, the whole trying to make like Tyler and Jimmy work together, that was doomed from the get-go because their careers were on 2 completely different trajectories and timelines. They're 10 years apart from each other. So when Jimmy was in his prime, Tyler was like, 21, 22 years old. So like, where were they going with that? And Tyler's great, was an all-star last year. He's yet to do diddly squat in the postseason. And I love Bam. We all love Bam. But sometimes Bam can disappear sometimes and not be aggressive enough. Hence, the nickname he has, Bambi. Not good. And then this front office, look, I've said this a lot of times. I'm pretty ignorant to the front office stuff and the CBA and the aprons and the salary caps and all that kind of stuff. But time and time again, the Heat missed out on opportunities. And a lot of people who do know that stuff really well say that the Heat's front office has an antiquated way of doing things these days. I look at this roster and it's like, there's some talent, but where are you going? Where are you going? And I guess this is just going to be like a weird season where it's almost like a tryout as to who's going to stay, who fits, who doesn't fit, and who are we going to keep or trade or put together in a trade package to get the guy. I hope that's what happens. I don't know. So there you go. Is that negative enough for you guys? Is that pessimistic enough? So good luck, Miami Heat. Good luck going up against the Thunder and the Nuggets, Rockets, or the Cavs, or all these teams that got better or stayed really good. Should be fun. Maybe we get to play the Bulls in the play-in again, like our annual tradition now. Maybe we can make it, 4 years in a row? Oh, yippee. We're playing the Bulls in the play-in again. Great. Awesome. Okay. Hopefully this is pessimistic enough for you guys. Yep. Womp womp.